Turn 4. Having trouble already. Kevin Harvick into the wall with the right rear.
Why?
Left rear tires, obviously, both sides are down.
Oh, I was reading it off the fender.
As soon as you talked about gripping the track.
All right, we listened in to Kevin Harvick's team.
Snapped. I wasn't even hardly in the throttle.
Snapped loose.
Well, let's have another look.
Down on the bottom of the racetrack. Boy, it came around fast. It's like he said, into the wall hard.
Yeah, that's one thing I've heard about these cars. They say once they get in yaw, they're really hard to catch. You know, the older cars with the big, huge sides on them all the way to the ground. When a car would get yawed out, it would really grab a hold of it and kind of straighten itself out for you somewhat. And they say that once these cars get in yaw, it wants to keep going. And
wait a minute.
I think we had 2 of them
That
spun
wasn't
down
him.
That's exactly right. Got a different one spun.
That spin looks a little more serious on that one.
Oh, that right front is all torn off. Now there's Buscher. He's going to make it back to the pits without incident.
Oh, Ross Chastain.
All right, let's have a look at it. Oh, boy.
Look, and then the other one in the background. Spinning again, or Chris Buscher. Wow.
Well, Chastain, that had all the look of a right front go down, straight off in the middle of the corner.
Something broke. It didn't like. Oh, I couldn't figure out if he caught it, Matt, and chased it up the track, but how it hit head on like that, I agree, Mike. Something looked like it broke.
Yeah, definitely.
That one broke traction.
Yeah, that one just broke traction. The other one definitely looked like it broke something.
Buscher could have been reacting to the spotter calling the crash in turn 4 ahead of him. Turn 2. Bubba Wallace. And there were 4 cars right behind him.
Hold the brake, hold the brake, hold the brake.
Everybody getting by without incident.
You're going to roll back down the hill. Got 2 more coming.
Looks like he got away with minimal damage to the right rear there.
Those are strakes or whatever on the back of that diffuser, and they've actually added some that basically rivet on some extensions on both sides, and I think it's come loose obviously from the left side, just barely hanging on is what you saw there on William Byron's car. Oh, he did get into the wall.
Yeah.
Man, that thing came around way early in the corner.
The car looked like the right sides took off right on the seam between the top and next to top groove.
Man, it just looked light to me. Light on its feet from the time he turned off into the corner and pulled down on the wheel just the least little bit. It was out from underneath of him. Tiptoeing for sure.
Yeah, it sure looks a lot different than the cars looked a couple years ago or last year, right? The wiggles would happen slower. And here it seems like when they get stepped out, it takes off really fast.
Just like you heard Kevin Harvick. That wasn't just that thing just snapped and it was gone out from underneath of him. That reminds me back of the old car, Matt, like in 2006. Be in there with a handful of wheel flat on the floor, and what happened? We broke. What? Broke traction.
Jamie?
And Bubba Wallace in the 23 just came on the radio and said, I just rolled off the throttle so gently and it just snapped around just like you guys said. But good news is he was able to drive it back into the pit so the guys can take a look at it.